Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And we're underway from the bank. McCole Hardman now on the return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes starting off with a throw. He's got his man. That's Travis Kelce. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll get it to Rashee Rice, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. As his man, it's DeAndre Hopkins. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a 6-0 lead right away. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. So here now are the Ravens on offense to begin their first drive. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player, and the most exciting player, not just in his position, but in all of football. Shout of the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket, and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
That one vehemently swatted away. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook. Now Jackson on 3rd down. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Out of the gun, Henry. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Working quickly here. Here's 2nd and 7. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the gun, a run for Henry. In the middle holes, they don't get anything on the run. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. This one's caught. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Henry has the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens finish off their opening drive. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Justin Tucker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens start off well to tie things 7-7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. The Chiefs sending their offense out for the second time this game. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. 1st and 10 now from the... Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Hauled in by Rice. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First down throw, Mahomes. Finds his man Rice. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Completed over the middle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for and you go out and execute.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He has it at the 5! And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Back to the air, Mahomes. And oh, he got it! Interception! Roquan Smith with the pick.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
The Ravens offense returning to the field for their second possession. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. Here we go, 2nd and 9. That's taken in by Henry. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Trying down the middle with Henry. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. Lamar now from the gun. He'll get this to Henry. And he's out of bounds after getting across the 45.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Just a single yard, but that's going to be enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On first down, Jackson. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up second down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Again, it's Jackson to the air. This finds Likely. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And again, it's Jackson. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense set to take over again. And we've seen both extremes of this passing game so far, Brock. 1 touchdown and 1 interception on the ledger.
A home run and a strikeout. A little sampling of what works and what doesn't against this defense, Kate. Now, you got to try to emphasize those things that you found success on with that opening drive.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. To the air, Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Another look for him, Brock, and hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. My hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
That's a gain of 7. up 3rd and 3.
Jackson out of the gun on 3rd. Henry on the catch. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. Running for it. Here's Henry. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. First down throw for Jackson. Throwing the out route complete. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes in the...
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Caught by Flowers. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Working quickly here.
A gain of 9.
3rd and 2, here's Jackson. Bails out of the pocket quick. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely. Throwing it up.
And in for the Baltimore touchdown. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just a machine. Surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Tucker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense out to take over. And coming off the there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 41. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. He breaks the tackle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Looking for Travis Kelce that time. So second down coming up. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He sends this one to the end zone. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that brings up 4th and long. The Chiefs bring on Harrison Butker for the field goal. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. So on 4th down, the Chiefs field goal unit and Harrison Butker headed out. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And that's going to keep the difference at 14 points.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They're looking at 2nd and pretty short. To the left and hauled in by Likely. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Hits him on the out route. He has room past the 25. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down. He's now up to 7 catches in this first half. Quite the pace that he set for himself. Let's see if he can keep this up and just how many catches he can haul in before this one's over. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Finds his back complete. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Jackson's gonna throw again. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Lamar throwing again. Intercepted in the end zone. Picked up by Jalen Watson. Along the right sideline, there's space. Into the red zone. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Deontay Hardy to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. We see the Ravens making their way out now. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. Jackson trying again after the pick. Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Leo Chanel able to bring him down. This is Henry on 2nd. He's going to snag a couple of yards charging up the gut. Tackle made there by Derek Nottie. Jackson now on 3rd. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Nick Bolton has it. And forget the interception, he makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Second time he's had an errant throw taken back for 6 in this half, Brock. As a quarterback, how do you come back from this knowing there's so much game left?
How do you come back from it, or how do your family and friends come back from it? I know as I get older, I think about them more and more. As a competitor, you're just going to grit your teeth and do what you can. But for the loved ones following, that's a tough second pick-6 to watch.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Jalen Watson. And the Chiefs will set up just a little bit shy of the 40 following the tackle.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie. Right, just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his 3rd interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. It's Pacheco again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. Pistol now for Mahomes. Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Offense in the hurry-up here. A 2nd down run by Pacheco. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Offense up to the line fast. 1st down, and they go right back to it. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Working quickly here. Back to Pacheco here on 2nd. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. That's Odafe Owe with a stop. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. That one complete to Hopkins. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
1st down from the red zone. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Pacheco. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Chiefs parlay the interception into points. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs break that tie and now lead by 7. Butker on now to kick this one away. Choosing to bring it out deep in the end zone. Poor choice to bring it out. Instead of the 30-yard line, they're going to start shy of the 20. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And Brock, I know the goal is always points every drive, but I think just as big a goal, got to play clean football here. You cannot give it away for a 3rd consecutive possession.
Yeah, we call that rebuilding some confidence in yourself as a group, right? Just to execute without the mistakes. Pros, you can shake off a turnover with ease, but back-to-back, even the seasoned vets have a little trouble getting past that.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
Connects with Bateman. And he's taken down at the 30. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. First down, here's Lamar. Can't connect over the middle, it's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. So that brings up second down. Again, it's Jackson to the air. Gets this to Bateman. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Jackson yet again. This throw is caught. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. And again, it's Jackson. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens tie us up 28-all. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. The Chiefs are headed out, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
First and 10 now from the 30. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Offense in the hurry up here. Going to the ground again on first. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Offense up to the line fast. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. He's on the move. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there, where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along your routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Here's Mahomes now. It's complete to Hopkins. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Working quickly here. They'll go. It's Mahomes. He finds him beyond the marker. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Brandon Stevens in on the tackle. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. And it's the Chiefs with 2nd and 6. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Chiefs in the hurry-up, trying to get everyone to the line. They'll go back to Pacheco on first. And he runs this one down to the 22-yard line. Chiefs in the hurry-up, trying to get everyone to the line. From the 22 on second down. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. Chiefs in the hurry-up, trying to get everyone to the line. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Right back to Pacheco. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Has it in close. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Pacheco will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's 2nd and goal. Man in motion, headed right. Trying again with Pacheco. And he's in. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs take the lead just before halftime. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs break that tie and now lead by 7. Butker on now to kick this one away. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the football will come back out to the 20. The Ravens offense to the field for the final drive of this first half. And with field position and the clock against them, probably not going to see anything of substance here before halftime. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
At the 12-yard line.
Another try following the sack. Fits it through the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. They've got 1st down from the 31. He's back to throw. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. He was looking for Zay Flowers. So it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Oh, he got some air under this one. Deep down the middle. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down. Understood. Some people would rather get right back to the field to play. And so we will as we advance to the start of the 2nd half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our 2nd half. Finds some space. He's past the 30. It's an excellent return, but he gets popped. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion. Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. That's taken in by Henry. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Back to throw it. He's got Andrews. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Lamar throwing again. He'll get this to Henry. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Offense in the hurry-up here. 3rd quarter starts with a run from Henry. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Offense up to the line fast. 1st and 10, here's Jackson. Henry on the catch. And they had that one contained right at the line. Leo Chanel able to bring him down. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, Jackson. Got his target, it's Hill. And he's gonna go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The 2 were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Tucker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens tie this game 35 apiece. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And this is taken in the end zone, but not returned, so they'll take it out to the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. On the move, headed right. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just sling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Ravens are set up with what should be an impending touchdown. Their offense is going to get it at the 5. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Henry.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Henry. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Hardman with a return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Chiefs and this running back headed back out for a new series. They've got first down from the 31. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Hauled in by Rice. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Kansas City.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Nearly an interception on that play, and now it's second down. Now a handoff for Pacheco. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. Working quickly here. Third down, it's Mahomes. Chased out to his right. And they pick him off again. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens take over once again after forcing his 4th interception of the night. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Turning to Henry on 3rd. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense in the hurry-up here. Has him on the quick hitter. He's got it. That's going to be a 1st and more. They strike for 23 yards. And the huge conversion gets them a new set of downs. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Henry. Oh, baby, he gets rocked and the ball is out. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, balls.
So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down.
No, we changed it.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Throwing the out route complete. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Jackson now on 3rd. Caught, nice gain left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. Offense up to the line fast. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Making defenders pay for trying to tackle him. And he'll go down here at the 16. Working quickly here. Out of the gun, Henry. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Here's Lamar. Brought in right side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Throw on third down. Escapes out to the left. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. Right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. He doesn't like what he sees, so a touchback. They're going to begin at the 30. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. And this drive would be a win if they can just hang on to the football, Brock, coming off those back-to-back turnovers. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Second down now, 7 to go. It's Pacheco again. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Ravens. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Hey, I get it, Kate. Third down, you're doing all you can to try to stay on the field. But unfortunately, poor ball security loosens his hold on it, and the defense knocks it free. Instead of facing fourth down, even better, that defense is off the field completely.
Baltimore running its offense out now. Well, Brock, their passing game has been the highlight for them offensively so far. 3 touchdowns and a whole lot of good plays beyond that.
Hey, Ken, I think what we've seen is an offense who's reading the same book as the defense. Just a few...
Oh, my! It's intercepted in the end zone!
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for them. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
It gives to Pacheco to start the drive. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. That one complete to Hopkins. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down. Pistol now for Mahomes. Forced out to his right. He's keeping it.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
From the 39. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Finds his man. It's worthy.
Mahomes pass complete to number 1, Xavier Worthy.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 31. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense staying out there. Look at this. They're trying 4th and 9. They just get the play on. And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the third quarter. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, here's Lamar. Finding Flowers. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. On first down, Jackson. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Chiefs have some new life in the fourth.
You know that quarterback, he's out in Denver now, Kate, Russell Wilson, he loves to say the separation is in the preparation. And when you're facing a DB that is all over the ball and now adding a second interception to his ledger today, you know this guy was prepared, did his homework, and he's gone on this field today, and he has been a difference maker.
Buys time, rolling right. He's on the move. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll be first down, Kansas City. New set of downs for him from the 46. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Cut by Hunt. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. That play good for 17 on a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Chiefs.
From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
They'll run now on second down. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Avoids, and they will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Patrick Mahomes, the touchdown. Now a point after to bring it back within 1 score. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the fourth.
The score, Ravens 50, Chiefs 42.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Sims now on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. He'll get this to Henry. Give him 30 yards on that one. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Completed to Flowers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
A gain of 24 yards.
1st down from the red zone. Escapes the pocket. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Offense in the hurry up here. From the gun, Jackson. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Offense up to the line fast.
A 6-yard loss.
Jackson has it, 3rd and goal. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens lead by 15 now. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he's going to field this in the end zone without a return, so they'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run here from the gun. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stopped. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 34. That finds Hunt complete. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
First and 10 from the 41. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. And they pick him off again. Roquan Smith with the pick. And the Ravens get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a 3rd time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best-case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision.
Looking slant route, complete. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Throwing deep for the end zone. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Jackson's going to throw again. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Leo Chanel makes the play. And the Chiefs have some new life in the fourth.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
Hauled in by Rice. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the 17. And the defender comes away with it. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens have it once again after yet another interception.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Working quickly here. Here he is on 3rd and long. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Leo Chanel makes the play. And the Chiefs have some new life in the 4th.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He's a play caller. He's an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. 5. From the 42. He's on the move. That's brought in by Hunt. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down. Pistol now for Mahomes. This one finds Kelsey. And they take him down right along the 30. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Hits his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Pacheco gets it from the gun. Room to run inside the 20. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down. Working inside the red zone. That's incomplete left side.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You've got to shake it off and keep on firing.
The second down throw for Mahomes. And they pick him off again. Roquan Smith with the pick. And the Ravens capitalize on yet another interception thrown in this game.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and it's clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Lamar now from the gun. Putting the body on the line for his team. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's a gain of 11.
First down throw for Jackson. He's got it over the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. First down, here's Lamar. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
That's good for another Baltimore Raven. First down and goal to go.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Cut near the goal line. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. 4th down, here's Jackson. Throw caught by his running back. And he's tackled for a short gain. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs. 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. He was looking DeAndre Hopkins' way there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he has this up across the 10-yard line. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Kansas City offense set to take the field. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. First down throw, Mahomes. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And now they face second down.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
2nd and 10 now. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw Mahomes. And they pick him off again. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
A lot of defenders got some offense in their background, and it's been my life experience that they'll tell you about it. And right there, he put it on display. He brought in the pick and instantly became a runner, searching for the open field to add a little something-something to the return.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be 2nd down. Throwing again is Lamar. Taking a shot. Deep down the field it goes. He's got it deep downfield. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Another 2-point try coming for the Ravens. Jackson throwing for it. Flush down out to his left. And that's into the end zone, so they follow the touchdown by tacking on 2 more to their lead. All right, I know the old adage, there is no lead that is safe in the NFL, but Brock, this lead actually feels pretty safe to me. Not sure they needed to go for 2 at this point.
Well, I'm pretty sure you know what this feels like one thing to me, stat padding. And it's just going to come back to you at some point. Maybe not in this game, but down the road. You start padding your stats to show off, oh, look how many points we scored. Look how great a job we did. You start patting yourself on the back. Yeah, you're usually going to get hit and knocked on your backside at some point.
This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. One final shot here. A bit of desperation on it. And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. Nate Wiggins has got it. And the Ravens make one of their best plays at the end, coming up with the interception on our final snap of the game. So in front of the flock of fans in the stands, the Ravens get the win at home. And with the start they had in that end, they really did all they could to put this out of reach early.